Israel Adesanya versus Paulo Costa. Someone's O has got to go. Now, to the casual observer, if you were to look at Paulo Costa, they're going to say, how does this Ricky Martin looking dude who looks like he just did 5 years in Pelican Bay, even in the same weight class as Israel Adesanya, who looks like an overgrown Mr. Hanky? They'd say this is a one-sided fight. And I have to agree with them, but not in the way you might think. Yeah, I've got to admit it. I hate to say this, but Izzy's going to win. Izzy's going to win decisively. And here's how. They have one common opponent in Yoel Romero. I love you. We're dirty boxing. I love you. Never forget that. Anyway, Paulo Costa survived a war. A 3-round war and barely survived with Yoel Romero, but got the decision. Whereas Israel Adesanya, that was a snooze fest. If you haven't seen that fight, don't waste your damn time. Israel Adesanya got the nod, but it was not a fight. Was really not aggressive whatsoever, was looking to counter the entire time. 2 counter punchers in a fight never goes well, with rare exception. Now, here's why I think Israel Adesanya is going to dominate this fight. I think Paulo Costa is very aggressive, very dominant, very assertive style. Matches up very well, plays right into Israel Adesanya's hands. He goes right for it, and if he headhunts, it's going to be over fast, and not in Paulo Costa's direction. I think Izzy's counterpunching is the perfect antidote to the aggressive nature of Paulo Costa. On top of that, we've only seen Paulo Costa go 3 rounds once. And even then, he gassed out in that fight against Yoel Romero. Again, heavy pace, but I don't see how that translates into 5 rounds, especially when he's overpumped, walking around like, dun, 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 dun. I just don't see him surviving 5 rounds. Now, we may see a different style from him. I would love to see Paulo Costa fall in love with the body shots. Go right to the body as he loves to do. Those midsection kicks, the liver kicks, falling in love with the body shots. I want him to fall in love with body shots like a drunken college whore. But with that being said, Israel Adesanya, he popped that jab out like nothing else, man. If you saw Uriah Hall's fight with Paulo Costa, he caught him several times with the jab. I expect Israel Adesanya to use that jab to keep his distance, to keep his aggressiveness at bay. And if he falls in love with the headhunting, ba-ba! It's going to end up just the way the Robert Whittaker fight ended up. Israel Adesanya is arguably one of the best counter strikers there is in the entire UFC. I think this is a matchup nightmare, and I don't even see how Paulo Costa even stands a chance, to be honest with you. There's no way I see Paulo Costa knocking him out. I will make a video singing Mr. Costa's praises if he ends up with the finish. I just don't see any way how this ends up being a 5-round fight. If it is, I'll tell you one thing, this won't be a snoozer whatsoever at all. And if they are, you're going to see Paulo Costa dragging around like a mummy the last 2 rounds. I expect Izzy to get the W, even though I want Paulo Costa to win in the worst way possible. Please, Izzy, stop with the dancing, bro. Stop with the dancing. This isn't America's Got Talent. This is the UFC. Anyways, if you like this video, please subscribe. I literally won't exist without you guys. Hit that notification bell. We're going to be covering the fight, and like I said, I might have to sing some praises at the end of this one, big boy.